Well, welcome to Jennifer to the Rescue, and I'm Jennifer Johnson, as you know, I hope. Can't speak. JenniferToTheRescue.com. You'll find out a lot more about me and my crazy world. And no, it's not all crazy. We have a great guest today, and we'll be talking to we'll be talking to Joe Rudy here about what's going on at Bethel Lutheran Church this month, and I guess for a couple of months to come. But I just want to say thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being a great sponsor, and if you need a sign or a banner or a number of other great things that they can provide, you definitely need to check them out. It is that time of year. There's all kinds of things going on at Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yeah.
Every time I say that, it's like every month there's all kinds of things going on at Bethel Lutheran Church.
Right.
But Joe Rudy, you've been here before.
Yes, I have.
It's actually really nice to have you back. I
Thanks.
always feel like that's
Nice to be back.
Yeah, you always bring that hip thing in the door.
I don't know.
You
Well,
do.
I'll take it.
You do.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Well, I don't have, my kids are all gone now, so it's kind of nice to have the youthful thing walk in the door.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean anything toward our producer. He's a little older than the hip thing, although he's very hip. Anyway, Joe, tell us about how did you've been at Bethel? How long? You've been there a long time.
Oh golly, my wife Tree and I and our two kids, Max and Aubrey, we've been at Bethel now for over 10 years, I suppose. I mean, probably longer than
But
that.
you've been the youth director not all
Yep.
that time.
No, I've been the youth director and property manager at Bethel now for the past 6 years, I think.
That's a pretty good record, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that
yeah,
kind of
pretty good.
unusual?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to sound doom and gloom, but I thought I'd
That's
heard
all
that
right.
youth directors usually don't last that.
Yeah, we turn around. I think the number I think is within a year or maybe two at the most.
Well, it's a full-time commitment, and I'm not saying I have no idea, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
I don't know that the pay is necessarily all.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
more
right.
it's more the passion and the
Right.
the world
And the
that-
calling, right?
The
Absolutely.
calling. That's
Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely.
So you've been there for 10 years, and you did what kind of work before? I think I kind of remember.
Social work down in Indianapolis. I've worked with clients with developmental disabilities for my entire life, really, since being a kid at church camp and whatnot. But I did social work down in Indianapolis forever and all through college. And then felt called to be at Bethel. We were there anyway, but felt called to take on the role of being the youth director up there about 6 years ago. And it's been a crazy ride ever since, but it's great. It's really great. I get to do youth ministry with my wife, which is very unique and kind of amazing.
She's a teacher, isn't
She does. Tree teaches first grade up in Hamilton Heights. She's at the primary school up there.
First grade. I didn't know what grade she taught. That makes sense. I could see her doing that.
Yeah.
So she helps you out every once in a while with stuff. Is that what you mean?
All the time.
All the
Yeah,
time.
all the time. She makes me better, right? That's how it is. Absolutely, absolutely. We've got a couple other adult leaders that help us out. Chris Byerly, Sam Middleton just recently started helping us out, which is kind of awesome.
Oh, very
And
cool.
so it's really cool. We've had a couple others in the past. Kevin Smith has helped us out. He does some of the juvenile detention center stuff in Noblesville. Dustin Pritch, Alex Dodane helps us out during the summer times, right? He's a college kid, so it's cool. We've got
Lots
great.
of blessings in our family of people from Bethel. Well, Bethel is, where is it located?
We're on the corner of 206th and Cumberland, right?
So literally, I know where Bethel is.
Right.
I go to
Hope
church
so,
there.
right.
But I was coming up to the corner the other night. Oh, I was coming back from Cicero.
Yeah.
Driving, and I thought, that is a beautiful church.
That is.
That really
It's a nice
is.
one.
And there were a lot of people, I don't know what time it was, but there were people coming out, must have had rehearsals or
Yeah.
meetings, obviously. There was a rehearsal, I wasn't invited, so that sucks. But that's just the entertainer in me.
Right.
But coming by it, I was like, gosh, it's so pretty. And did I hear that it's 160?
Yeah, this year is our 160th year in ministry, I believe. Yeah. We
And it-
originated from Cicero, downtown Cicero, and have been on the corner at 206th and Cumberland since 98. Is that right? I think it's 98.
You know what, when they say that, I cannot believe that, because I know
Yeah.
it's true,
I think it's
because
98.
it is 98.
Right.
We were part of,
Yeah.
we moved to Indiana about 19 years ago, but right when we joined Bethel, or we were visiting, they were moving to the new location. It literally was like a couple weeks, and they were in the new, and then we helped with the mission building, and our kids, who are now adults,
Right.
helped with all of that. But yeah, 1998, I cannot believe it was that long ago, but you look at the building. Now that the original building, I'm not getting, we
No,
are
it's
gonna
okay.
talk about,
Yeah,
but
it's
the
all right.
original building was there. The new parts are just a couple of years old.
Yeah, the education building is probably closer to 5 years old now, which is crazy. But the education building is attached to the original building that we built in '98. But that's 2 floors,
Yeah.
lots of Sunday school place. It's amazing facility. on its
Oh, I
own.
don't even know how we did it without
I don't
all that.
either.
When I
Right.
look at
I
all,
know.
and you're there every
Before,
day.
right,
I don't, so what is, okay, let's see. Bethel, we were talking about, well, what are the first things you want to bring up? We have a little time and then we'll have a break and come back and hear more, but.
Well, speaking of the property and whatnot,
Yeah,
we have
you
some
tell me.
land that's around
Yes,
us,
yes.
and I have a kid. His name is Zach Rising,
Wonderful young man.
Absolutely right. He's a sophomore at Noblesville High School and is working on his Eagle Scout project, and has approached us and has actually gotten funding and received approval and is doing his Eagle Scout project for a peace trail, which is like our own little private fitness trail, if you will, that meanders all around our property. It's about a half-mile long. He's going to start on that probably. He's starting on it now, really, but it'll be done probably by the end of April. And it's an amazing project and an amazing undertaking that he has done. And it's going to really improve our land and be pretty awesome. Open to the public.
I think that's what's
Yeah.
really cool, because who
Yeah.
knows? I
Yeah.
mean, Bethel has church services open and events all the time open. But what a neat thing to be able to, people are not, they're gonna be more, the likelihood is they could take a walk around
Oh, absolutely,
Bethel and
right.
say, oh, I think I'll go inside now.
Right,
Once
right.
they've acclimated to
Right.
the, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For me, it would be.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to say,
Yeah.
I think I'll check out Bethel, but I think I'll take the walk first and then, what
Yeah.
a great way to get people in, so.
Absolutely. There's a couple groups that will be a part of that. There's a group called Body and Training, which is a Christian youth running organization.
Really?
And they're going to take advantage of it. That's like 100 kids or something
Oh,
crazy.
is
And they'll
that
come and
cool?
use that for their cross-country stuff. And not just that, but around the cornfield. And our youth group actually was approved recently for a grant from the United Way for Youth as Resources to build a footbridge that'll be a part of that trail. So it's kind of crazy. We just told Zach last night, actually, at youth group, and he flipped out. It was
Aw.
awesome. Yeah, it was really cool.
Well, it was really exciting when he was sharing it with the congregation a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where I was at, which service,
I
whatever.
think he did them all.
But it
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what a great idea. And then to think you've got all this stuff that is now just, nothing happens by
Right.
accident.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
obviously, there are no coincidences. This is.
Divine plan.
There you go,
absolutely.
define plan. We're gonna take a short break. We got a lot to talk about because we've got notes here and I know Joe's got things he wants to, but this is a very exciting thing with the Peace Trail.
Yeah.
One time, real quick, how do they get a hold of, well, what would be the way to get a hold of you or maybe to Bethel? What would be the best way?
Telephone number for Bethel is 317-773-4315, and then our website is bethellutheranchurch.com, and my email is joerudy@bethellutheranchurch.com. The website's a real good way to connect and to check things out. But yeah,
Cool.
that's good. Good.
Well,
avenue.
we'll be back in just a minute. We're gonna hear about all kinds of other things going on at Bethel Lutheran Church. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
welcome back. I'm Jennifer Johnson, and you caught us at Jennifer to the Rescue, and we're just finding out what's going on at Bethel Lutheran Church this month. Don't forget to check out paidtosave.com/86755. And you're like, what? Download the free app. You save money all over. You can use the number 86755, or you can go to the website and use paidtosave.com/to-the-rescue, saving all over the place. We are talking about Bethel Lutheran Church, and we're with Joe Rudy, who happens to be the youth director and the property manager.
Correct.
Right?
That's right.
And you've been there for 6 years at least,
Right.
at least in that role.
Yes.
You've been there 10 years.
Oh, sure.
Church is celebrating 160 years this year. Big, exciting, all kinds of things. We were talking about the Peace Trail that Zach,
Zach.
I
There you go.
knew that was wrong.
That's all right.
But we probably should say we said Bethel's at 206 in Cumberland. It's the church you come up to. There's all kinds of services, and obviously we're in Lent.
Yeah, we're in
Heading
the season
into
of Lent, absolutely.
We're in Lent, yes.
Absolutely.
So why don't you share, what are the services, and then maybe share some about the Lenten season.
Right. So right now, is the season of Lent, and so
Yes.
we do the midweek services, right? So that they are on Wednesday nights, where we have dinner at 6:00, and then a service following that at 7, and those are all open to the public. I guess last night, right? Today's Thursday. So last night was soup night. So we had a variety of soups that were available.
Sounds good.
And it was pretty great. Egg salad sandwiches, things like that. Good classic pitch-in stuff. And then Steve Hefferly gave the message last night at 6:00, which was pretty fantastic, or 7 rather. So we have dinner at 6 and service at 7. Those two, our next two dates coming up are March 9th and March 16th of the Wednesday night services, midweek services. And then following that on Palm Sunday is kind of when things start to get going here on March 20th. We have our regular services on Sunday, which are 8 in the morning, 9:30, and 11. Saturday evenings are 5:30.
Yes, Saturday,
right?
yep.
So then Palm Sunday coming up, and then we have Maundy, Thursday. Our service then is at 7:00 in the evening, and I think I'm speaking at that one, but I'll have to double check on that.
I guess you should get tried.
Absolutely, I think that's me, right. And then Good Friday, of course, on the 25th, we're going to have a midday service at 12:15, and that'll be a big one. And then another service in the evening at 7:00.
12:15 on
Yeah,
Good
it's-
Friday, that's a...
Yeah, it'll be nice, right in the middle of the day. So that'll be good.
Do you know, I was looking on a calendar, it wasn't even noted on the calendar what the Good Friday was Good Friday. I thought that was kind of sad. Well,
Yes.
just, what, I know you know. Share, if somebody's tuning into this and they don't even know, what is Lent? What is this?
So Lent is a season. It's about 40 days long, and that season is to reflect on the trials and the struggles of Jesus leading up to the cross, right? So there's lots of things that go on there. Palm Sunday recognizes Jesus coming into the city of Jerusalem and all the palms laying down. And he comes on a donkey. Everybody's waving the palms.
Everybody loves him.
And all that, absolutely. Maundy, Thursday is the Last Supper, right? Maundy is the word, mandate comes from that. It's when Jesus says, I want you to love each other, right? That's the bottom line.
Okay.
I need you to love each other. But that's the Last Supper, and that's the night when Judas betrayed him. So that's a tough one. Then Good Friday, of course, that we have as a dark time. It's Night in the Garden. And then Holy Saturday, that's leading up to, that's the first days of Jesus in the tomb. And then Easter Sunday.
Yes, Easter.
There we
Okay,
go.
I didn't mean to
Rises
leave
up.
Easter
That's
out
all
of the
right.
schedule. So
Absolutely.
Easter is we've got all kinds of
Easter's kind of
opportunities.
huge, right. That's the 27th, believe it or not. And then
Unbelievable.
we have a sunrise service, which is always fun. I know you guys do that.
We love the sunrise
Yeah,
service.
sunrise is awesome. That's 7:00 in the morning, and
It's
Am
not
I
as
right?
early as it
Has-
feels, actually.
have the last two services, has there been a deer, isn't that right? The
I
last two or
think
three?
there have been, because we have this wonderful property out there.
Yeah,
on
cornfield
the-
that
yeah.
wraps around,
Yeah, there was. You're right. It
Yeah.
was last year, and I
It
think
was
you're
crazy,
right. Yeah.
right, the sun comes up, and all of a sudden there was a deer out there, which was kind of cool.
Kind of a nice little.
So sunrise service at 7:00 in the morning. We have breakfast that is served. We have a variety of youth that help out with that, but a breakfast that we have all morning long. And that starts about 7:30 in the morning and will be served until 11:00. So you can come by and get Easter breakfast.
Mhm.
Then we have our worship services on Sunday, Easter service for 8, 9:30, and 11:00 in the morning. So we've got 4 services in total on Easter Sunday.
And you don't have to be a member, just
Not at
come
all.
and
Not
visit.
at
We'd
all.
love to see and
Absolutely.
meet you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a great opportunity to see the building, to see our services, to see our variety of pastors that we've got. Now, Pastor Doug is our senior pastor, Pastor Martin Zerby, who's one of our associate pastors, and then our new pastor, Pastor Al Schoonover, who is a pretty cool guy and also a new associate pastor.
I saw that he was taking a social media break or something for
Yeah,
a week.
that's
trying
right,
to
giving up for
fast
Lent,
or
that's
something.
right, that's
So
right.
likelihood is he's not watching.
That's right. That's right. We can say whatever we
Oh,
want.
yeah, I know, yeah. He seems like he's a real, and he seems to have fit in very well.
Oh,
so.
it's like he's always been around. You know, it's a great fit.
Well, I know you wouldn't say it, but you do a sermon once a month, or maybe every other month?
Every so often, yeah.
But I've been, and I wouldn't say this, but it's been very inspiring. It's really nice to know our youth and our property is in good hands.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You've done a good job.
Absolutely, I appreciate that.
Thank goodness.
Thanks
You're
a lot,
welcome. So, yes, go ahead. What else we got going?
Well, those are all of the things that are going on for this busy time
It
of
is
our
busy.
Holy Week and the season of Lent. So I think I know that the preschool is
Yes.
open enrollment right now. Actually, we just brought some banners in to get them fixed and repaired from all that crazy wind that came
Logan
through and all
Street
the
signs
ice.
and banners.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
get that taken care of, and hopefully I'll do that now. But we've got a new preschool banner that'll be put up out front, and open enrollment for our preschool that we run there during the school year and during the week.
So this is for the fall, or do they have summer?
This is opening for the fall. I think this is open for the fall. I'm not 100% on anything for the summertime, but there might be a
Okay.
parents' day out or something like that. But for sure, for preschool enrollment for the fall, which is crazy. And then to think about enrollment, it just opened up for all of our camps that are local for our kids, and they're starting to make their own schedules now for the summertime plans and which church camps they're going to. We've got a group that will go to Boundary Waters again
Oh,
this year,
good.
the end of July, and that's forming right now. We're actually getting permits right now for that. And then we've got another camp that we go to Lake Louise up in northern Michigan for our high schoolers that will be up there. We'll take a group up for that. And then we team up with Lutheran Outdoor Ministries, and their enrollment also has started as well. So.
Cool. Well, why don't we remind them again? They could email you directly. And
Absolutely.
it would be Joe
Yep.
Rudy.
Joe Rudy at BethelLutheranChurch.com.
And
Yeah.
Joe is spelled Joe, but Rudy is R-U-D-Y.
Thank you.
At BethelLutheran.com. They could also go to the website.
Yep.
which-
BethelLutheranChurch.com, absolutely.
And the phone number.
317-773-4315.
You just never know. You could go on the website, and I know most of the stuff probably is updated on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, John does a good job with that.
Yeah, I know that there's probably so much on there all the time that's changing and updating for the, with the Lent season, but definitely that'd be the first resource, and then give the church a call, see if maybe, you have a particular, so then they could put you in touch with the right department.
Correct, yeah.
The right person.
Absolutely.
I know we've got more to talk about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll kind of wind it up for the month here and just on the last segment, but we are so happy you're with us. Thank you for coming. We're not done yet. We'll be right back, one more segment, and we'll see what else is happening at Bethel. There's stuff happening at Bethel all the time,
That's right.
all the time.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
day has just flown by. I am Jennifer Johnson. I'm seeing that my shirt looks a little wrinkled. There we go. I'm almost invisible, actually. I'm not invisible. I'm Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the rescue. And you can check out my website, jennifertotherescue.com, to find out a little bit more about what I do. I actually provide effective resources that drive performance and produce clarity through what? Yeah, I spent some time working on that.
All right.
Through networking, training, and multimedia solutions, thus hometown television. I'm very excited, and I get really bummed out when I can't come in here every week. So it's very nice to have you in. We have a beautiful day outside. We've been talking about Easter, and the Lent service and Easter services and everything at Bethel. Always things going on at Bethel. I mean, there's just endless things in the bulletin every week.
Yeah.
But it's Bethel News is actually what it is. But we've been really focusing on the youth stuff.
Yep.
And Lent, which you eloquently explained what that is last. I won't make you go through that again. But let's just talk a little bit about the Lenten. Well, I guess the Lenten services, but there's some themes and stuff that are. I don't know if that makes sense, but go ahead. I'll take it.
The Lenten theme that we're trying to do at Bethel this year is the cast of characters, all the different people that are involved in the whole season, right? Biblically involved. So the ones that are coming up are Lazarus is coming up, and Mary's coming up, and David facing your giants, that's coming up. The David facing your giants will be, I think, on the 16th. That's a Wednesday night service on March 16th, and that'll be very interesting. Wednesday, March 9th, that's Lazarus. That's that night. This coming Sunday is the Lost Son, and then Sunday the 13th is Mary. And so it's all
Mary.
different.
I'm going to sing on that day, so I've got to. We're singing
There
on
you
that
go.
day too. We're
Yeah.
singing. I didn't tell you that.
No, that's all right.
But I'm Mary. Oh, Mary. Okay.
That's right.
Well, I
Write
guess.
the songs down for that one too. That's a good one. That's going to be an important one.
Okay. Well, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Can do.
He's going to give me the Bible verses so I know what kind of music we're supposed to prepare. All kinds of services though. We've got Palm Sunday, the 20th. Why don't you give us the breakdown one more time
Absolutely.
of all the services?
Palm Sunday on the 20th, regular time services 8, 9:30, and 11. Monday, Thursday that week on the 24th at 7 p.m. Good Friday, the 25th, we've got a midday service at 12:15, and then another one at 7. On Holy Saturday, we have our service on the 26th. That's our 5:30 service in the evening.
Yes, that's always kind of nice.
The one thing I forgot to mention though before on Saturday was also our Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
And that'll be from 10 to noon up at Bethel, and that's a big open to the community kind of event.
Is this the first year?
Right, we have done
remember.
Easter egg hunts in the past before, but this will be the first one that's on a Saturday that's kind of open to the public. In the past, we've kind of done it during Sunday school, and the kids just kind of take off and scatter around and go search for their eggs and whatnot. But this year, it'll be on Holy Saturday from 10 till noon there at Bethel.
Very exciting.
And then on Sunday, our Easter service is on the 27th, sunrise at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then worship at 8, 9:30, and 11. So our sunrise service at 7, then 8, 9:30, and 11. Sunrise service is outside, so if you decide that you want to come, dress appropriately.
Yeah, and it can be a multitude of things.
That's right.
And usually 7 o'clock.
That's right.
It used to be, I don't know how that works, but it seemed like 7 a.m. used to be so much earlier than it is
Right.
now. I think maybe I've gotten
That's
older.
just how, right, it's
I
no
don't
big
know.
deal.
It's no
We have a
big
fire outside, that's always kind of nice, and we try to start that way early ahead of time so that we've got a little bit of warmth, so if you need to. Then again, the weather could be beautiful.
deal. Yeah, you just
Right.
never know. It could be. Well, okay, so you've got all that, and then you've got all this stuff happening with the youth. And let's one more time, because I think Zach deserves...
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So
Yeah.
midweek is our youth group that meets on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, and that's high school. So we have grades, 8th grades, some 8th graders through senior and high school, and then we have a couple of college leaders that'll come in every once in a while. And that's really a support group. We talk about anything and everything, and it definitely has a religious theme to it, and we pray together and talk about some Bible verses when they come up. But our midweek group chose to help out with Zach Rising and his Eagle Scout project for the Peace Trail by applying for and getting approved the grant to pay for this bridge that will go on Zach's trail. The bridge will be about 15 feet long, about 6 feet wide. It's really kind of cool. It's got a neat arc to it.
Cool.
It's pretty neat. It'll go over a drainage ditch. It's not mandatory that we have to have that at all, but it'll really make the trail something cool and something unique. And the kids wrote the grant. The high schoolers wrote the grant. They presented to the board of United Way for Youth as Resources, and they were approved and got the funding fully approved to get the grant for it. So that is, I'm really proud of those kids for doing it. And now we just have to build it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Now I gotta do it.
Now we gotta do it.
But
right.
so Zach he's working on his Eagle
Yeah,
Scout,
he's finishing.
and it's a half-mile loop around the property.
Yeah, a little less, but yeah, it's right about a half mile, and it's a loop that goes around Bethel's property out back. So it's a northeast corner of our property, and it's all grass and trees and everything out there now. And so this trail meanders through, and it'll be about 6 feet wide, crushed stone, so that you could roll a wheelchair on it or a walker or something like that. Zach, he's got his own all-terrain walker that he uses,
Right.
and so it's pretty cool. And one of the strongest kids that I know in terms of physically strong and that works hard and is about physical fitness and really wants people to take care of themselves and have an opportunity to do that.
Very driven.
Yeah.
So this is exciting because this is going to be open to the public.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah. It'll be beautiful.
you shared earlier, but there's some groups that are going to be involved and
Yep.
hopefully just bringing a lot more people.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Body and Training, which is a Christian youth running organization that is that they will definitely make use of it, which is really cool to watch this unfold. And then the Boy Scouts will be a part of that for sure. And then our youth group and the youth and the kids that are around up there with Bethel. But golly, anybody that's even just driving along and wanted to come by and take a walk out there on the trail.
I think that's what's really
it's a
cool.
peaceful, serene area, and it's pretty cool.
Very
It's gonna be
exciting
neat.
for Bethel.
Yeah, it's gonna
Very
be neat.
exciting. Well, thank you for making it today. I always look forward to hearing because I'm a member, but we're not always there.
That's true.
You are always there.
Well, yeah, I get
It's
paid
cool.
though.
You get paid.
Right.
Yeah. I get paid in other ways. I
That's
get
right.
a lot of really wonderful friends and family. We moved here from Ohio 18 years ago, and literally I think about our kids growing up.
Yeah.
So many people in Bethel were the family that we didn't have because there were no family here.
Yeah.
Our family's not that far away,
Right.
but when you're dealing with kids and all their you're
Right.
the youth director.
Right, absolutely,
So
yeah.
it was pretty awesome to have Bethel, the family of
Yeah,
Bethel.
yeah.
But we invite you to come whether you're a member or not.
Absolutely.
So one more time, give us the website and everything else in
Absolutely.
case somebody wants
Right.
to.
Our website is bethellutheranchurch.com. Our phone number is 317-773-4315. Our regularly scheduled services on Saturday night at 5:30 and
Yeah.
Sundays at 8, 9:30, and 11 in the morning. And it's a great place. It's a great place. Feels like home. So
It really is a good place. Come and join us sometime, and thank you
yeah, thank you.
very much. It
Yeah.
was fun. We'll see.
Excellent.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you again.
Hope so.
Next couple months. Have a great day, everybody. And upbeat is just let's see. It's almost springtime. Almost.
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave you with an upbeat.
It's coming, right.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Come and visit us at Bethel. You'll be happy you did. Thank you.
Absolutely.